There's a train of thought that I'm developing here, and I hope you're sort of following it. It boils down to the issue of understanding your motivation for using and understanding what motivational forces will have to come into play for you to fully recover. And I'm not somebody that settles for the half-baked recovery idea. I don't want to support people in slightly improving their chances of being sober as they go through life. I think that's far too low a goal. I think the goal should be to achieve your real fulfillment. And I like the word fulfillment better than happiness. Although you could use happiness when you talk to yourself. I'll accept that from you. But I don't like the word myself, because it's too loaded with misconception and misunderstanding. So the path to fulfillment is really what we're seeking, and of course sobriety of some kind will fit with fulfillment, and addiction of any kind does not. It'd be contradictory for a person to say, I'm really fulfilled in my life and I got this addiction hanging around. It's an indication that you're not fulfilled. This leads me to, and I'm jumping ahead here a little bit, but this leads me to my discussion, my idea about morale. If morale is high for you, it really is an indicator that you're experiencing a level of fulfillment. How would you get high morale otherwise? Right? And so as you feel, frustrated and incomplete and anxious and depressed, and you feel your relationships are in turmoil, or you feel like your future is a big question mark, and this is indicating some of the things that you guys are struggling with. It's clear that fulfillment has not happened yet, and maybe the path to fulfillment hasn't even been identified. And your morale is suffering as a function of it. And I don't just want to give some inspiring talks that lift your morale for an hour and a half after you leave here. Because, motivational speakers can do that. So I want you to think about this for a minute. In simple terms right now, what would you do if you could, let's say, wave the magic wand to dramatically improve your own morale? What could you do right now? And don't worry that I might disagree with you. Just think for yourself. The impulse to answer right off the top of your head. What could you do if you had the magic wand to significantly improve your morale right now or today? So I put this to you, what you should be figuring out. Now, I'm so depressed, I can't think of anything. Right? I think of depression like a black hole. You know what the black hole does? It has such strong gravity, light can't get away from it. So think of light trying to come out as parallel to your interests or your desires, and depression just sucks it back in. You can't have any, right? And when you feel really stuck, that tends to be what happens. I can't have an interest. If you have some depression, and we know you have some serious depression. So I say, what would improve your morale? And you go, I don't think anything. That's what's insidious about depression. It kind of prevents its own cure. You feel depressed?
Not today, but
Not today.
a lot of days.
Yeah, okay. So something else that would improve your morale.
Be comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah, I gave you a hint. Yesterday we were focusing on something that would potentially dramatically improve your morale forever. What am I talking about?
Loving that
Yeah, the inside relationship with the little girl or a little boy, whichever the case may be. People do not walk around considering this idea, but they should. as far as I'm concerned, this is the way I see it. We're all playing on a team called the human race. This is the team. We're playing on, and so that's like the bigger team. We're playing on a smaller team called, U.S. citizen. And then we're playing on a smaller, more important local team called, me and my network. Right? And so, how's your network going? How's that team going? It depends how your boyfriend is any given day, right? In some respects, or how you feel about him. Because, your feelings can come up and down and he doesn't even have to do anything sometimes, right? But notice how that could make or break your day. And your team, with people being traded to the larger team by going off to school and whatnot, like, hey, you can't have fun in the locker room anymore, your best friends are gone, and they're not going to be replaced, so your team just shrunk. That's kind of weird. That's what the empty nest is. And how could anybody who really loved that team feel like that's a good thing? That's good for them, but how is this a good thing? My team just all walked out the door. That's pretty demoralizing, isn't it? Yeah. In fact, if I anticipate that coming, I live with anxiety, right? So that's kind of natural. And who wants you on their team? Yeah, who else wants you on their team?
My family? I don't know.
That's pretty exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Do you want to play on that team? You want to make that your life? Is there fulfillment there?
I don't think so, but I don't have
The answer
anything else.
is no.
No.
I think she's yet to meet her team.
Well, and you're not going to meet them in your bedroom.
No.
Yeah. Teams don't recruit into bedrooms,
So,
Come join the Boston Celtics, they don't come find you in your bedroom. And so here's part of the truth of the matter, and this is, I think, relevant to you, and actually much less relevant to you, and not as relevant to you either. Your self-esteem is such that you're not sure any good team really wants you. Now, I don't know if girls experience this in the schoolyard. Boys did. Picked for the team, right? We're gonna do free the man to pick, and I'm in charge of one team. He's in charge of the other team. I'm gonna take Johnny. I'm gonna take Stevie. I'm gonna take, and you're like, now if you're the last one picked, it's a dubious, selection honor. Okay, at least I made the team, but you're last, right? So you realize, like, you want to be the guy that they want to pick first or second. Really want him on my team. And then somebody picks you for the team, and your self-esteem is so bad, you don't want me on the team. I'll just ruin the team. We won't win because I'm on the team. That's what self-esteem does. All right, so lift your morale on your own that way. This is part of the reason why the inner child work is absolutely critical. Now you have some grieving and some soothing to do. But you've rescued your self-esteem and built it through the years, haven't you? Yeah. Well, we may find the dichotomy that when you visit the other side of the pond in your mind, maybe you sink back into, feelings connected with shame, guilt, whatever, inadequacy, But I have a feeling you're going to bring some anger to that and work it out. Because in a way, you've developed a lot of what they call ego strength. Fuck this, I matter. I don't care what they say, And you guys can't quite say that, can you? Fuck this, I matter. And that's your current dilemma. Like, take that stand. Well, you know what? How are we going to feed ourselves? You have the worry of mother and father about your little girl. Can you pay the bills? And you sell out, and the whole thing is this clusterfuck. And in the end, your self-esteem is trying to say, I deserve better. It's true. Not knowing how to fight for yourself leaves you over here forever. That's why I ask you the question, how do you improve your morale? You have some self-esteem climbing to do to even figure out what fulfillment might be possible. You have some grief to clear. so that you can dream again. Right? It's different. You guys may have two steps. You know, one is to enfranchise yourself. I'm entitled to be on a good team. I'll form a team of my own, you know. Well, that's audacious, you know. You think you could have a team of your own? Why not? I'm going to show up, I'm going to say, who wants to be on my team? Nobody says yes. That's just back to the schoolyard where you don't get picked. Nobody wants to be on your team. So, you know, the team roster changed dramatically, left you with some grief. You're stuck playing on teams where you do not get treated appropriately, well enough to be acceptable. That's the Italian kiss-off. You're not sure, you know, part of your anxiety about the job search, who's going to want you? And then, you know, the boyfriend, the relationship thing, you know, who's going to want you? And so you subtract yourself from the application process. And your morale has no chance of climbing then. You know, like some of this is, you know, you'll have to take the risk. And some of the issues that we haven't done healing work on yet are a big part of what's contributing to the sunken self-esteem, you know, under the water there. And it's the same with you. You know, we're doing a lot of work on that stuff. And at some point, you know, that you come out of the bottom of the water and you're on the beach and you can get going. Your life can sort of begin in earnest, you know. This is the unfinished business.